Befrienders Dublin is a supported socialisation programme for people with mental health issues. So that could be anxiety, depression, personality disorder, schizophrenia, those type of issues.
So Aidan Crawley is my name. I was approached by Befrienders to run a photography course for their clients here. So it's a 10-week photography course, and it's not overly technical. We're teaching them the very basics of photography, but more it's really to get to kind of retrain their eye into looking more aesthetically at the world around them. And for me, it was a new challenge because I'd never worked with people with mental health difficulties before, and I have to say I found it a thoroughly enjoyable experience.
The course encompassed going to different parts of Dublin and taking shots. So on the first week we went to the Botanic Gardens, and Aidan, the course leader stroke teacher, was giving us directive of what to look for. So get a picture of a close-up of a flower, for example. One of the selections was a car in the Liberties area, and it was like an everyday scene. I was trying to go for a 3D kind of concept, and I felt that the buildings was a nice backdrop, kind of more old-fashioned buildings, and the cars were very modern. Yeah, like it's kind of taking away from what you find mundane to the interesting thing, even if it's an everyday scene like with the cars and then you're creating your special moment in time. It can bring back a lot of memories when you look at it a bit later.
Well, we learned an awful lot about Dublin, about her history, visited Dublin Castle and the Memorial Gardens. I mean, the freedom of the flow of the water, the green, the beauty.
In Botanical Gardens, it was get a flower, the front, middle of the flower up close, or get the buildings, some of the greenhouses with trees in it. I like doing trees for some reason. I have a thing with trees. No two are the same, despite what people think.
Flowers. I love taking pictures of flowers and of statues, like sculptures. We were taking pictures of boats and we were taking pictures of seagulls flying. Well, I was trying to get pictures of seagulls in flight, but it was very difficult. I got one standing. Like, I need a routine, and it was really helpful for that to get me up and out of the house kind of thing. It was great, and then it was really creative too. I love creativity.
But we've learned so much how to see things clearly and to think carefully how we frame and challenge ourselves. That's the amazing about this photography course. Teaches you to challenge yourselves, put yourself out there, break open the envelope, get out your box, so to speak. And I find that very liberating. Everybody that I spoke to here, participants, found they learned unbelievable, not so much about photography, about themselves. They didn't even know they had the ability to push themselves. Well, the mentors that we had, Anne and the photographer himself, were really outstanding, inspiring people.
Aidan was very good. He was very good. He wasn't very formal, which obviously was one of the things I told him. Formal does not work with this group. It has to be, learning by doing, experiential learning. So they're learning by doing it. And if he sees them doing something wrong, you go, do you know what, try this. Rather than go, right, this is the way it has to be,
But he's always taught us as well, don't take one photo, take 3 or 4. Because you're able to do that. You can delete them if you don't want them, which actually helped a lot. Because some of the ones we think are good are not when you actually see them.
He was teaching. I didn't do photography before, but he did teach about capturing the shades and the dark and the light. And I think there was pictures that I just think I would like to keep them.
I'd say he gave good feedback, positive feedback, and it was encouraging. Those would be his strengths as a teacher.
Aidan was very, very thorough, very insightful, and he taught us about depth of field and how you frame your photograph, patterns, to look for things that normally you wouldn't give it a second thought. We walk by objects every day in our lives. Plants, flowers, buildings, people, and he taught us to appreciate the beauty that's around us
Sometimes finding stuff to physically photograph, we'd have to actually think hard about what we're to photograph, but that encouraged people to look at the ordinary out there as well, because even the ordinary has as aesthetic. What I found with the group was they developed their own eye very, very quickly, and some people, they look at the world differently to me, and that to me was very refreshing, and again that reflects very strongly in their photographs.
It's more if you can get an emotional wallop off the picture. That's the thing I'm looking for. It's good if it's fun, and it was fun for all 10 weeks. I think everyone got at least one good photo out of it, and if not, they had a good time.
And it helped me get out. I found for the last number of years, weekends are boring if you're not involved, and it helped me. I had a resistance coming into the city, and it helped me to feel part of something else.
And I've learned to see people in a different perspective, not just the photographs, but the people here. I see them with a different perspective, and I realise no matter what class of disability people might assume they have, or people tell them they have, they all have talent. So I've learned not only how to take better photographs, it's broadened my horizon on how to view disability, not a disadvantage, it's an advantage.
It gives them something to do, something to look forward to, and a lot of them would be living alone, so it's good for them to get out instead of just sitting at home looking at the four walls.
It's a chance to meet up, which you don't normally get on a weekend with the groups closed.
The people are encouraging each other, and it's not a sense of competition, but a sense of excitement about doing something creative from scratch. I'd recommend the Befrienders photography course, and I'd say it's very good for socializing and having an artistic way at looking at photography as well as technical way.
I would highly recommend this course. I believe for anybody that's struggling with their mental health, it has given me something that I will be working with. Empowerment is the word I would use.
And I have to say the results have been phenomenal. That we've put on what I think is a very, very strong exhibition that many professional photographers will see for photographs in there that they'd actually be quite jealous of, I think.